10 simple ways to tell if someone is lying to you. That you are much more time than telling the truth. Very convincing. And yes, even gorgeous girls can be liars. And be critical of yourself. Even if 2 or more signs are visible, it doesn't always mean that the person intends to deceive you. You should always look and listen very closely. Only when you are sure that at least 5 signs are present in the person's behavior, you can suspect that they are lying to you. Otherwise, you will have a very difficult life not believing anyone at all. How do you spot liars? Share your experience in the comments section below. Send this video to your friends, but be careful. They can learn to notice that you also lie to them sometimes. Like this video, and don't forget to click subscribe to join us on the bright side.